Welcome to TradeTheNBI.com. This is John. This report is for the 22nd, and you can see after the big political dip, we've been bought right back above that. And even if you wanted to play a conservative waiting until we got above the green ABM right here, very easy play there above the 73 level and move back above. Now, what's interesting is while we've had this nice reset of the steel and green had already reset, so short-term and mid-term buyers, and then crossing above red certainly indicated good momentum going back into it, but the orange here has to continue its dip below the red. Otherwise, this will look like a traditional candle pattern of the rising three methods, where you have the dip, comes up, but then it starts to cycle back down again. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one, because that will indicate whether or not this is going to continue, or if it's just a temporary buyback to shield those that were caught in this off-guard moment. But overall, our bias has still been to the 2450 range. Nothing's changed per se. In fact, some of the deals and things taking place overseas as part of the U.S. growth, and if the numbers that we started to see from the southern eastern portion of the country's Fed, that growth has started to pick up, could have an impact and definitely drive things further, and that would change the multiple and the whole dynamic of things, which would also put some pressure potentially on the euro, but still, that's very comfortably now in the range. I think they're feeling very secure with where things are at as far as that goes. But this is where we get an interesting dichotomy, in that you have rising TLT or bond issues at this point. It should be going the opposite direction given this. So there's still a propensity that no growth change is still in place, and that we're going to have sustained lower rates. So go figure. Oil, well, we had the buy from here. We still haven't seen that turn into a sell yet. We're still rising red. We're starting to see the potential first part of green fade, but steel still holding up strong, and we may even see an orange reset below red. So while we didn't think it would be a sustained or super big move, it's pretty decent. It's just we haven't seen the turn for it to fade back down, which we would look for soon. But this is one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm not going to prejudge it. It's just going to follow with what's going on until it changes, and it hasn't done so yet. Now you have positive shakeout. However, this is where it gets key, particularly when you go from a deeply negative shakeout. Your shakeout needs to continue to rise, because as soon as it stops rising, that's when you're going to see a significant pullback in it, and that tends to be the case with that. Gold, likewise, positive on its shakeout as well. It had its reset, similar situation where we dipped below right back here. It's continued to rise, and we've even had resets again of new buyers coming in, even within the overbought. It filled that back in pretty quickly, but still rising. You still have cyan underneath red, which is still bullish. So a lot of things that should not be going in concert are going in concert. And I think that just reflects some of the confusion that exists. But of course, you always know the saying, sell and may go away. Some funds will do that. So there's a lot of secular rotation going on as people prepare for summer months. But I think there's probably going to be a bit more activity this year than others, just simply because there's so much happening. And I think that dynamic is certainly going to have some people paying closer attention. Which is fine. From a 5K standpoint, let me reduce this chart, because this was just simple, clean buy signal that didn't end. We had a bunch of softness going through here. We never got the resets until finally, boom. And not only did we get the reset of cyan under the red, we also got it with the orange at the same time on DOC. This was happening live as we were doing the report from Friday, and it took off from there, and there was no looking back. We've had a tiny little reset, not a whole lot. I think we're in the midst of that right now. Looks like we should see a little bit more weakness, but it's holding up flat pretty well. So all in all, not bad from the significant move to only have that tiny bit of a retrace. Fairly effective. So as always, though, I continue to post charts and keep updating programs. So all good. Trade well.